joining us, Mike is off tonight. A proposal to house a mosque in downtown Plymouth is going to the City Council next week, despite some community tension. Carol Evans' John Croman is live in Plymouth at the planned location with more. John?
Well, what you see behind me here is the back of the old Plymouth post office, and right now it's not being used for much, but the plan here is to make it both a post office and an Islamic worship center. And that's kind of what the controversy is about. The Postal Service said sold the land to the Northwest Islamic Community Center, and this land's already zoned for a community center, but the Plymouth City Council has to grant a special use permit in order for the organization to hold religious services here or use it as a mosque. The Northwest Islamic community will lease part of the building back to the Postal Service so people who are accustomed to using the post office here can continue to do that. Now, the group has been leasing space in Maple Grove and at the Hamill Community Building, so they're looking for a permanent home for a fellowship hall and a mosque. The Plymouth Planning Commission okayed the plan last night at a meeting that drew about 200 people, including a couple dozen who asserted that a mosque is not appropriate across from City Hall.
We've been renting Maple Grove Community Center, Hamill Community Center. We've also been renting a couple other places, so we don't have a permanent place. We just feel like we needed somewhere we could just call it another home for our community. If you see my family, it's just like any other family. I mean, in my neighborhood or anywhere in Plymouth or Minnesota or USA. I mean, we love this country. I mean, we make this our home.
Now, the City Council will take this up next Tuesday. The three council members I talked to today told me that they're kind of, the comments they're getting are kind of 50-50. They are still studying at 50 opposed, 50 in support of this. They're still studying the issue. But the analysis last night was about, things like parking spaces, had nothing to do with the religious aspect of it, which obviously would be against the Constitution. And speaking of religion, Mateen, who we talked to today, he hadn't eaten or had anything to drink since 4:30 this morning because he's still fasting for Ramadan. So we appreciate him taking time out to talk to us.
Absolutely. Thank you, John. Just when Wall Street seemed to have settled down